stinks it didn't work out today, but you know, you're trying to make the best decisions for the betterment of the team.
That was Matt Campbell talking to the media after their loss against Kansas on Saturday. Let's get into how all that went down. This was kind of a disaster from the start. Jairo Brock left the game early with an injury, and it was a rough day for Hunter Decker as he gets sacked by Taiwan Berryhill. The Jayhawks would sack him 4 more times throughout this game. And still on the first, freshman kicker Jace Gilbert attempting a 38-yard field goal. It's no good off the post. Kansas would put points up first in this one. Daniel Highshaw maneuvers his way in for the score. Barely gets that ball to cross the goal line, but it's 7-0 Jayhawks. Later in the first, though, down 14, Hunter Deckers finds Easton Dean for the 9-yard touchdown. They'd also get the 2-point conversion to make it a 6-point game. But the offensive struggles would strike again. Jace Gilbert misses a 45-yarder in the fourth to tie the game. Campbell would go back to him with 27 seconds left in the game on 4th and 1. This one goes wide left, and that's ball game, folks. Iowa State falls short, 14-11 the final.
I'll question the last play of the game. You know, I mean, man, you can question it, but again, you're thinking there, we're in a pretty good spot. You know, it's 4th and 1. You just drove the ball. You put yourself in position to win the game in overtime. We've been playing great defense, and you know, again, I think it tells you my belief in Jace as a human. And so, you know, it stinks it didn't work out today, but you know, you're trying to make the best decisions for the betterment of the team.
Well, a lot of people questioned that decision to go with Jace Gilbert again after missing 2. Freshman kicker, we know with kickers it tends to be a mental game sometimes, especially after you miss not 1 but 2. What did you make of Matt Campbell's decision there?
I think it's the right call. It's really hard for you to say that it's not, because if you think about it, it's 4th and 1. What else are you going to be doing? You're probably going to run the ball, right? You have a backup running back who is a 3rd stringer. He hasn't played much. They haven't really been able to run the ball before. So let's say you run the ball. Now, let's say the 50-50 chance you get it completed. Then what happens if you get a first down? They have no timeouts left. You have 27 seconds by the time the kick actually went off. So, I mean, you gain maybe 5 or 6 yards, but you're going to have to kick the field goal anyway. So you have a decent position. You've got a timeout that you can actually work with. It's the right call to do it. The kicker's got to execute, but at the same time, the kid's a freshman, and now, like, I have done game-losing things in my career, and once you do that, you have the chance to kind of peel yourself off the mat and learn from how you deal with failure, or you can kind of let it bury you. So I'm hopeful that Jace Gilbert will be able to kind of get his mind back into being able to execute, because, you know, again, he's a freshman. He's a talented kicker. It's just, you're young and you make dumb mistakes every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think that's also the right message to send to him in terms of making that decision, because that tells him, you know, hey, coach still has faith in me. Even though I missed 2, he has faith in me that I can go win this game. So going forward, he will still have faith in me. I just got to execute. So I think, like you said, it is the right call, and hopefully he can, you know, you get better for moments like that. But the offense, real quick, really struggled in this, and we'll get into this in your whiteboard segment, but just what went wrong for the offense?
Well, the offensive line and the running backs had a really bad timing. I mean, that's both on in the running game and in passing game, because there's inexperience. There's just guys weren't playing very well, and then when that happens, the quarterback loses confidence in what he should be seeing, and then he starts looking down at the rush, and then he's not seeing the reads as well. So it kind of compounded on itself. No one played an F game, but I think the best offensive line, quarterback, wide receiver, whatever, the best position group might have had a C+. So just kind of bad across the board.
Absolutely. Well, still to come here on CyHawk Game Day, Jeff will give us an in-depth look at what went wrong for Hunter Deckers and the crew this week in this week's whiteboard segment.